All praises due to the Most High, family. We back with another Acres anime review, family. I just finished watching episode 20 of Hell's Paradise. Family, just off top, family. It's going to be difficult for you to find a better 20 episodes than the first 20 episodes of Hell's Paradise. Just straight up. I can't believe that it's only 20 episodes of this show and I'm enjoying it the way I am. Okay, family, let's get right into it. I really liked even the name of the episode made reference to the fact that we're watching two separate 2-on-1 bouts, right? So, okay, we stepped away from Gabimaru and them. And he's fighting Ran. He's fighting Ran, I think is the name of that Tenzin. So, family, this was a situation I was very curious about when Rayen, I think it was last episode, was going through the different matchups that there were. And we seen, family, what I thought was going to be a possible 4-on-2 situation. So we had Tamiya, the sword dragon. We had Fuchi, right? I think that's his name, but the samurai, the medicinal samurai. And then we had Toma. But we knew Toma, he's gonna side with whatever his brother decides, right? Whatever Chobei decides, Toma's going. And we saw last episode that Chobei was offering Toma to come to the Tenzin side. So I thought that's what was gonna happen. And so I thought Fuchi and Tamiya were cooked if they had to fight against basically 3 Tenzin and Toma. Okay, that's not the case. What happened, family, and if you peeped, Chobei undid his braid, which I thought was a sign, oh, he's on the other side. Because remember, family, when they separated, Chobei always has a braid. Toma, after they separated, cut his hair, and he did a braid because he was taking like an oath, basically, like, oh, I'm gonna go save my brother. I'm gonna reunite with my brother. And he was training the whole way. So when Chobei showed up and he did not have a braid, I'm like, oh, he's on the other side. Family, this was a signal to Toma so that Toma knew what type of time Chobei was on. So basically what happened, Chobei said, hey, Toma, come with us. Toma walks up there. Toma and Chobei are standing in between Taufa and Jufa, the 2 Tenzin. And because the braid is undone, Toma knows, oh, we about to strike on the Tenzin. Now they struck them. And then the Tenzin fell down the floor. Now I'm screaming, I'm sure you were too, family. I'm screaming at my television at this moment. Jump them! Jump the Tenzin! Start swinging right now! Of course that didn't happen. Okay, so basically we separated, right? It was all 4 of us. Now it was 2 separate fights going on. Chobei and Toma are fighting Jufa. I think it's Jufa is the one with the yellow hair. And they're doing okay. Toma looks impressive. I'm not gonna lie to you. Toma looks like the training that he put in with Tamiya paid off. He looks impressive. Chobei and Jufa, like that fight though, has not unfolded. It really hasn't even started, family. Until Jufa and Chobei really start using their Tao powers, that fight really hasn't started. But Jufa was explaining that he was feeling a little overwhelmed. I forgot that they fought already in the first season. Like this exact matchup had already happened. I forgot this detail. So Jufa's like, reflecting like, dang, are these really the same two guys I just fought days ago, family? Like, keep in mind that these whole 20 episodes has happened over the course of like 3-4 days. So Jufa's thinking, I just fought these guys like yesterday, and they're totally different, and they're fighting like the same person. He's being overwhelmed because they're on the same page. The last thing I want to say about that fight is that you can see how two people on the very same page, like their teamwork is peak. They're at least putting up a decent fight against this Tenzin, against Jufa. Now, is Jufa the same tier as Ran? Or is it the fact that Gabimaru and Yuzuriha's teamwork isn't on the same level as Toma and Chobe? That's what I'm kind of attributing it to. Because I think those two groups are like similar strength and capability. But I think the Aza brothers' teamwork is better. Okay, the other fight. This one was interesting because we got Tamiya and Fuchi fighting Taufa, the pink-haired Tenzin. And the obvious thing is that you knew, I mean, just judging from how this fight was playing out, you knew that Fuchi and Tamiya were going to start getting a grasp on Tao. And that's exactly what happened. Now, when Fuchi realized, this was a moment that stood out for me in Fuchi fighting Taufa, is he got reinvigorated. He caught a second wind. He got like more confidence and motivation to fight and win. Because understand, family, like half of these people's minds are probably going back and forth between I'm on a suicide mission and I can do this. Right? Gabimaru, he's like, I can do this. Tamiya, he's like, I can do this. Chobe, I can do this. A lot of these other ones, though, that are not top tier strength like those guys, or like Chobe and Gabimaru, right? They're kind of like, I'm on a suicide mission. Right? I think that's where Fuchi was at. Now he made a shift to like, no, I can do this. When he started thinking about, because he's a medical samurai, when he started thinking about and he's picking up Tao in real time. And then he starts thinking, oh, like there's so much to learn with Tao as it pertains to his field of expertise, like pharmaceutical drugs and medicine, right? So he's like, I gotta take this information back home now that he's learning Tao. Now Tamiya, his understanding came at a much higher cost. So he's taking damage fighting against Taufa. And again, family, as I mentioned, the teamwork factor. Fuchi and Tamiya's teamwork like is the worst of these three groups that we're talking about. But nonetheless, Tamiya takes damage. He has blood in his eye, right? So he's basically not able to see, or he's able to see much less. And he keeps thinking back to when Shion tried to teach them about Tao. And he says, you have to turn your senses off to sense Tao. So that's the first instance in which Tamiya realizes and dodges a Tao attack. Is his sight is blurred because he's got blood in his eye. Later, because the situation gets more dire, Fuchi is trying to fight and allow Tamiya time to learn how to sense Tao. But Fuchi can't buy that much time, so it gets very dire. And in order to save Fuchi, Tamiya has to act. What does he do, family? Because he's processing this information as we are. He's like, wait, I was able to see it kind of when I had blood in my eye. Family, he takes his functioning eye out. He takes his eye, he sacrifices his eye, and all of a sudden now he's like a blind swordsman. He can see the Tao, like, clearly, right? So obviously they're able to fight back in a way, but they're not gonna win against Taufa 2-on-1. Chobe and Toma are gonna have to do something against Jufa and maybe help them, or somebody's gonna have to help them. Maybe Sagiri may stumble up. I don't know if Tamiya and Fuchi can handle Taufa alone. Chobe and Toma, I think they can actually handle Jufa alone, especially because he's kind of like shook now that he's revisiting them much stronger. I'm enjoying this series, family. All praises due to the Most High. Peace and love.